flag there. Hi, I'm Steve Thompson, president of Emery Thompson Machine.
I'm Christy Brown, Vice President of Sales and Marketing.
And welcome to this week's Questions Answered. Christy, I got an interesting one from a farm, and Briley writes, do you have instructions on how much bleach we need to add to our bleach cycle at the end of each day? We are on a septic system, and we don't want to contaminate the septic system with a lot of chemicals that are going to eat the bacteria that makes the septic system work. Well, first off, there's plain old Clorox bleach. It says it's diluted. I think it's diluted down to a 50 to 1 concentration. And this works very well for sanitizing our machines, any food equipment. The rule that I use is you have a big cap on here. You use 1 cap full of bleach to a gallon of water, and that will give you a good solution that you can use. However, there is a better way to sanitize, because I have run into some health departments that just don't like the idea that you're using Clorox. And me being a wise guy from the Bronx, I say, well, what do you think I put in my swimming pool? And of course, that never works. So what I suggest is you go on Amazon, or there are other outlets. Let me see if I can lift this. That's a 3-pound jar of Sterashine. Now, the beauty of Sterashine is it's recognized by all health departments everywhere that I have ever talked to or ever been, and we're in 143 countries. So Sterashine is excellent. You have this on hand. Your health inspector knows that you know what you're doing. The directions will be on here of how much they want you to use, and it works out perfectly.
Very good. So a customer had called with the most dreaded thing you ever want to hear. He lost all of his ice cream because this new employee was moving stuff to clean and accidentally unplugged the cabinet.
Ugh.
I know, that's very dreaded. So he called to ask if there's anything that monitors temperatures or anything of that sort so this doesn't ever happen again. And there is. Ken, if you wouldn't mind putting a picture over Steve's face. It's called the Tempstick. It's a...
Wait a minute. You mean you can't see me? That's not fair.
It's made in the USA, so that's a big deal. And the Tempstick, it's Wi-Fi enabled, so you put it into your cabinet, your walk-in freezer, your chest freezer, whichever, and it can send you alerts. You can set the temperature that you want an alert to be sent to you. It can be either text, email, just a push notification, whichever. So that is a very good investment to have. You can go to tempstick.com and go and research that. You can even have it set up to where if it gets to a certain temperature, it can email or text your entire team. And if it starts to get critical and more critical and more critical, you can just have it certain temperatures to just specific people like you, the owner. So that way you can go in the middle of the night and see what's going on. None of us want to do that, but you know, it's a good investment to have. They're not too terribly priced, about $140, but $140 is a good investment over losing an entire thousands of product worth of ice cream or ices. So definitely go check that out, purchase one, make sure you've got a couple of those around so it never happens.
And imagine if your business has grown, which they all do when they're working with us, up to a walk-in room. Then you'd love to have that in there so that you don't lose an entire walk-in room worth of ice cream or ices.
I had a customer call about that too. One of the employees left the door open and overnight and lost everything just about in there too. So having something as very simple as that is a very, very big deal. That way you'll know it got way too warm in there, or it even got 2 degrees too warm for you, and you can rush there, go see what's going on, move your product, do what you got to do, shut the door. What simple as that? So definitely get one.
All right. This time of year, we've been through this before, but I know you can't see all 600 videos that we've done. The Italian Ice people are calling up, and they're buying a pushcart and a Emery Thompson CB350 or a 200, and we're putting them into the extremely lucrative Italian ice business. They want to be able to hold the ice at a good temperature, and they have seen this before. This is called an ice cream server. It happens to be the size of a 3-gallon tub. So you put your 3-gallon tub in here, or 2.5-gallon, both work. And this gets frozen down first in your freezer. How well this works depends on how cold your freezer is. So if your freezer's at 0, it'll work for X number of hours. If your freezer is 10 below, this is going to last longer. It's got an antifreeze in there, which is going to freeze down. So when you put your tub in here, it'll last a long time. It's made by a company called Carlisle, like Carlisle, Pennsylvania, which has an odd spelling. I think it's Carslie. They used to be about $80. Now I think they're about $100. And you can get this at Webstrant or lots of other locations. You just need to know the name. Even though it's for Italian ices and ice cream, it's called an ice cream server.
I've actually put cookies and cream in that and left it in my truck for 4 hours, and it was still perfect.
Good. Good to know.
So this one, I was actually very excited to, maybe some of you already know, but I just learned about this, so I'm very excited to share it with you. So, there's quite a few of you out there that want to get started. They want to either do a pop-up event, a farmer's market, in a tent, a pushcart, just start getting out there, but you don't have a brick and mortar. And we all know that the health department's not going to let you make your product in your kitchen. So what do? Obviously, we know about commissary kitchens. There's other choices too. You can reach out to a church, your church, a friend's church. They have kitchens in there that are approved. Maybe they can rent their kitchen out to you. Obviously, not on certain days. There's also rec centers you can go and check in with and see if, do they offer something like that? Or even schools that have culinary programs. Their kitchens are definitely approved to do those kinds of things in. So those are 3 choices. Now, I did find out that there is a website called thekitchendoor.com that you can go to, put in your zip code or your city, and you could pick either 20, 50, I think up to 100 miles in your zip code or city that you put in to find a commissary kitchen for you. And I had some fun. I just put in a bunch of zip codes that I knew just to see and check out the website. It was very user-friendly. There was some cities that had, I think, 20-something choices to pick from. It had pictures of the kitchens that you would be working in, so that was already there. Some of them even had prices, what they charge a month, what they charge an hour. So that makes me very excited, because that doesn't mean you have to wait until you have a brick and mortar or you put a she shed in your backyard. You can go find that super fast at your fingertips and go from there. Or even if you have a buddy, who's a chef, you can go ask them, hey, I'll make you some ice cream if you let me make some ice cream in there to sell on the corner over there. You never know. Anyway, so that was my find. I was very excited for that.
So the bottom line is be creative.
Be creative, yes.
That's a great idea.
Thekitchendoor.com. So go check them out.
Thekitchendoor.com.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I've got another one for you to remember. Again, sometimes we repeat things because they're just so important. If you want to go to into the Italian ice business, which is unbelievably lucrative, I can make a 4-ounce cup of Italian ice. My food cost is about 6 cents, and I'm selling it for $3. You can't do any better than that. It's fantastic. You'll need an Emery Thompson batch freezer, either the CB200, the pyramid-looking one behind me, or the CB350. Either one of these will get you into the business and keep you into the business. You also need a serving cabinet. Here's the glitch. Ice cream is scooped. We scoop ice cream out of a tub at 6 degrees Fahrenheit, 6 degrees above zero. Italian ice is 10 degrees warmer, 16 degrees above zero. The hardening or the dipping cabinets that you can buy are set for ice cream, so they don't go as warm for Italian ice unless you have it built with a special thermostat. We're talking a lot of money, and still they have, not us, but they have backlogs due to the COVID. We're shipping in 2 to 4 weeks, beside the point. So we need to find an inexpensive way for you to sell Italian ice and get into business today. That's where this comes in. It's called Inkbird. We've mentioned it before. It's a little device. The name is kind of strange. It's ink, like what's in a pen, and bird, like flapping your wings. They'll never forget that now. No. Inkbird. And this is very simple. It has a little thermostat on the end of it, and that goes into a plain old inexpensive cabinet. Behind me is a small black one that cost me $149 at Walmart. I can put this in here to measure the temperature, and then I plug that cabinet into this, plug this into the wall, and set this for 16 degrees. All it's going to do is that cabinet right now is 75 degrees. It's going to pull down, heading for 10 below, but when it hits 16 degrees above, it's going to shut off the power. And then when it goes to up to 17 or 18, it'll turn the power back on. So as simple as that. Inkbird, Amazon, only $32. Don't buy one for $40 because that's another Inkbird that's just more complicated, and this is just dead simple. I don't sell them, but my customers absolutely love it.
Yeah, between that and Tempstick, I mean, you're in business.
Mike says we're out of time.
We are out of time.
Oh, well, I guess we're out of time, and we'll see you next week. So long.
Bye, guys.
Bye.